You notice that Jim kept saying, changed. He didn't say improved. I think that we're here together today. It's absolutely a truism. If you live long enough, you become legitimate. Most of you folks weren't there when we began grinding out this stuff like so much hamburger. We were trying to make the kind of motion picture the major companies would not make or could not make, and some brave theaters might show, and some even braver theater goers might pay 25 cents to see. And the result, we're all here. And I owe you. Not that you'll ever collect, but I owe you. The trick really, in any kind of entertainment proposition, is that a specific group of people will find it entertaining. And as I look at some of the contemporary, what we'll call splatter movies, we didn't call them that. We call them, you need a lot of saliva to do that. There were simply gory movies. How do you make them gory? At the time when I was considering Blood Feast, and before I shot that picture, I almost backed out of it at least a dozen times because we had nothing to work with. Today, you can go into any community and there are magic stores, and they have hands with fingers that move. They have limbs that are rubberized. We were using department store mannequins. And usually they were beat up mannequins. We couldn't afford to buy new ones. So that, in fact, determined what some of the effects were. If this particular item had a big mess up here, that's where we had the effects. You did what you could do within the framework. But at all times, and I still subscribe to that philosophy, if people find it entertaining, and that is not every people. One of the problems that so many major film companies make today, they try to run a sort of a rope across the Atlantic Ocean. It won't string that far. So these people find that part good, and this part stinks. These people find that part good, and that part stinks. Most of my audiences find everything stinks, but that wasn't the point of it. In fact, that's how you make a friend. You want to make a friend of somebody? Let him do something or her do something for you. But what we did with Blood Feast was to create a mechanism that has survived all these years. And I'll make a point to you guys. Here are major film companies that will spend $100 million to $200 million. And they don't release movies, they excrete them. And 6 months later, whoever heard of it? And I noticed a while back, and it really brought me up short. Here is Disney, which is perhaps the most powerful company in movies today. And they made a movie called The Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp. Now, who supposedly has more box office value than Johnny Depp? And here's Disney announcing in the Wall Street Journal a $200 million write-down on that movie. How's it possible? Answer, it's not only possible, you expect that and you try to militate against it. But you see, some people become so arrogant. I never made a movie good enough to justify arrogance. But they do. They make a movie as an ego piece. Those people are you guys. Are you entertained? If the answer is no, the word on the street is deadly. Now, as those of you who have followed my very peculiar professional career, those two words don't go together to me, do they? Professional. Oh, well. So you don't know any better, what the heck? you know that the whole idea is to have somebody recommend what you've done, not some movie critic. The critics lambasted us, and we loved it. It was somebody who might be a theater goer. When we shot Blood Feast, I'm cutting this little movie, and there never was a cheaper movie made than Blood Feast. I should not be attacking my own child here. Except that the idea was it was an experiment. And as the production of it, all 4 days of the production, as it continued, I said, what have we done here? We have committed an atrocity. Because I'd be cutting this, and it was all handmade. People said, who wrote this? I wrote. Who did the music? I did. Whose voice was that? Mine. Who did mine? Why? Ego? No, I didn't want to pay anybody. Well, heck, I remember with 2,000 Maniacs, and I'm told, there's my accompaniment. My accompaniment usually was that. And whoever was nearest to the drums would play the drums. They'll come to you in a while. But I recall, in putting these things together for 2,000 Maniacs, the musical group we had hired were truly good, strong, professional musicians, 2 guitars and a banjo. And we called them the Pleasant Valley Boys, because we made up a name of a town, Pleasant Valley. And they were going to record the theme song from 2,000 Maniacs. And which, you will see in a few minutes if you haven't heard it before. There's a story you should know from 100 years ago. But it turned out their lead singer was a high tenor. There's a story. Well, wait a minute. That ain't macho. Oh, I'll do it myself. Without a screen credit, by the way.